Be careful in your listening. Somebody might say, well, brother preacher, what does that mean? Well, sometimes you'll have conversations with people whose lives have been very disappointing to them, whereby they will talk to you and convince you to come over to the saddest state of their lives. They'll convince you that your life, however bright it might be, will only last for a little while. Just wait, it's gonna crush. Just wait, this bad thing gonna happen. Just wait, just wait, just wait. Well, God has a remedy for that. We are bombarded with people with their own personal agendas.
Right.
They bring you the negative, naysaying, okey-doke story they fell for, to not be in their wrong thinking alone. And entertaining the conversations, there is an opportunity of acceptance. What do I mean by that? Well, simply this. When you sit down with someone of a negative mindset, it can rub off on you.
Yes, it can.
Birds of a feather flock together. So when you sit in negative company, you sit in company of people who can't allow you to be happy, can't allow God to move in your life because he ain't moving in theirs. And they try to pull you into the negative seat that they sit in. It can sometimes rub off on you if you're not careful, because the first sign of said conversation going astray, move. Don't sit there and listen. Shut it down. Don't let them just run off at the lip. Shut it down, walk away, do what you need to do. If you're not strong enough not to have the penetrating word of a negative person come into your heart, move. Everybody ain't that strong.
Amen.
Everybody can't handle that kind of attack.
Amen.
I'm going to tell you where I'm coming from. Isaiah 53:1 says this: who had believed our report?
Yeah.
I just wanted that first part, but I'm glad you did. And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Isaiah 53:1 is referring to the spies that went over and saw the land that God told them to go research, and he brought back a report. Now, some of them brought back a negative report. Some of them brought back and said that we look like grasshoppers in their eyes. We look like insects, bugs, insignificant people. Although the land God said we are to conquer is there, and it is flowing with milk and honey, we can't overtake the people there because they forgot one small thing. The God in them is greater than anything they saw. But then you had the boys who come back and gave a greater report. We are well able to do this. We're well able to move into this land. And the question is proposed: who has believed our report? Who gonna believe our report? What report do you believe? Do you believe the one of the naysayer? Do you believe the one who comes to talk to you in a negative mindset, to pull you and drown you in all of the things that they're going through? They can't pull themselves out, but they want to pull you in with them. Let's go to 2 Peter 3:3-6. Oh, this is good stuff to me. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? He said he was coming. When I was growing up, they used to preach a word that, well, they didn't preach it, they said it all the time. The end is now. Get saved, get right. The end is now. The end is now. They were saying that through my whole childhood. When is it coming? Naysayers. Absolutely. For since the fathers fell asleep, since they died now, those who were in leadership positions have died. All things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. We still see the same stuff. And you telling me the world is going in, but we see the same stuff. What's going on with that? For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of God the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Listen, I can take all of that and condense it to this one thing. It's a beautiful concept. I love it. We have those people that we come around that the negative countenance is forever in front of them. It doesn't matter how encouraging you are. They will always fall back to but. There was a sermon I preached I don't remember how many years ago. It didn't go over. Some old folks said some things, you know. When the but is bigger than you, I got that look in the church, I'm serious. But he was wounded for our transgressions. It's scriptural. But listen, you got those negative folk who cannot stay outside of negativity. They thrive in negative situations. Their life is not together unless they're dealing with something negative. They can't enjoy nothing. They can't say positive about anything. They can't worship with you in your victories because they're too busy trying to tell you it won't last, trying to tell you it's going to get bad again, trying to discourage you. You walk in that discouragement long enough, you start to believe the propaganda. But here at the end of this, God says one thing. Listen. Whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. God has a way of clearing the earth of unbelievers. God has a way of clearing the earth of naysayers. God has a way of clearing the earth of those people who do not walk uprightly before him. You don't have to worry about them. That ain't your fight. That's God's. He has remedies. The first remedy was the flood. The second one is fire. Don't worry about it. They can't escape it. They're going to go their whole life talking negative. Let them. You just continue to be upright before God, believing the word of God. When you have a right standing with God and stand on the word, not on my word, but the word of God. Not on my preaching, but the word of God. You stand on the word of God. There is nothing too hard for God. Nothing you face will be able to destroy you. The Bible says there shall not come any pestilence nigh your dwelling. Nothing that is disagreeable with me gonna come to my front door. Nothing. If I trust God. If I walk uprightly before God. I don't even have to worry about it stirring up in my house, because as soon as it does, God will put a stop to it. If you don't think so, try. If he was able to rid the earth of all those who disbelieved when it was so close to creation. How do I say that? Watch this, you're going to love it. When the flood came, those people were closer to creation than we are. It wasn't that much time. But they got so far away from God. God said, this too much. No, y'all going to make me shed a tear. A tear from God. Wash the earth, clean it. I ain't playing with y'all. Think about it. You talking about God. We talking about a man. We ain't talking about the capability of man. God said a flood came, cleaned it out. You got to worry about them people. You got to worry about the naysayers. You just hold on to your faith. Don't sit in their company too long. See, I can sit and talk with you, and before too long, if you're not willing to accept that God can, our conversation is over. You're not going to pull me in. I'm good. I got on a life jacket. The name of that maker of that jacket is called Jesus Christ. Sewn into the back of it. So I'm going to sit with you a little bit, try to talk to you. Try to convince you of the goodness of God. I'll even give you testimony after testimony after testimony. Because the Bible says we overcome by our testimony. So I'll give you testimonies of tests that I have gone through and God delivered me out of. Things that I have been able to experience and God said, you're going to be all right. I'll give you that. I'll paint a vivid picture. Gunshots, knife stabs, sickness, car wrecks. I'll give you all of it. If you then, after seeing that, can't come out of your negativity, our conversation is through. Because if I stay with you long enough, you pull me in. I forget what God has done and start to look at what he didn't do. So I thought. That's an illusion all by itself. When you start to think about what God ain't done, it's because the desires of your heart didn't match up with it. Anyway, I'm going to move to the next thing. Let's go. Colossians 4:8. Now, we saw the first part of that. When God gave me the succession of scriptures, I wasn't thumbing through the word. I sat down. I said, all right, Lord, what am I supposed to preach? He said, go here, go here, and go here. I read them. I went, that don't make no sense. It don't go together. What? Wait a minute, son. Now read it again with me. Sorry, y'all can catch on to that. Colossians 4:8 says this. Whom I have sent unto you for the same purpose, that he might know your estate and comfort your hearts. Now this was an apostle sending a young man named Tarchus in his stead. He went to go to the people to learn what they had need of. What does that mean? It means this. God sends an agent to learn what your estate is. The total being. When they have an estate sale, the person who owns this property is not there. Sometimes they standing right there looking. And the proposed value on their estate is not what they have in mind, what they get. You feel me? Think about it. They sell this silver platter. We start the bidding at $2. It only gets to 10 and we sell it. The estate holder who thought he owned it, he now lost it, paid $300 for it. When you have an estate, it is the totalness of you, what you feel your worth is. Listen, when God sends someone to pay attention to your estate, to see where the value has dropped, where the need is placed, where things need to change, they take that total report and go back and report it to God. Whom I have sent unto you for the same purpose, to learn of your estate, to bring back a report of what state you're in, and comfort your hearts. Sometimes that person might be me. Check it. I know what you come to me and you say, but preacher, I need prayer. What for? Okay, it's going to be all right. I'm comforting your heart. But then I take your report and report back to God. They stand in need of this. Father, I bring their name before your ears constantly, that you would heal, deliver, and set free. Because the Bible declares the prayers of the righteous availeth much. I know people always saying, I'll pray for you. Wait, don't pray for me. I don't know if you're in right standing with God. Don't put your mouth on me. Don't do that. I don't know what your heart's intents are. Now I know what mine are towards you. That you would prosper and be in good health as your soul prospers. That's me personally. I want everybody to do well. But I don't know what your intent is for me. Don't pray for me. I'm good. God got me. And then God sends agents even for me. Yep. He don't forget the preacher. He sends more powerful agents to come and talk and minister and pray for me and lay hands. It happens. When he says, I'm going to do it for one, he don't make a difference. He do it for all. But look at the next scripture. Deuteronomy 8:7. Seeing that you continued in your belief and trust in his provisions, not your way but God's, not your reasoning but God's, not the collective mind's process but God's. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of the valleys and hills. Let me put a spin on that. It's not a spin, it's just opening your mind. God comes to where you are. Even when you're in the lowest valley, you're in the depths of your lowest place in your life, God comes there and opens up fountains, begins to sustain you, begins to bring you life. What is water except life?